$0 and $1,000 are not $1,000 apart. You are standing in a laundromat on a Sunday night. You have 11 quarters, 2 dimes, and a $5 bill folded into thirds. You are doing math. Not investment math. Laundry math. One load costs $1.75. Dryer is $1.50. You have enough for one wash, one dry, and nothing left over for the vending machine humming against the far wall. This is not a crisis. This is a Sunday. This is the $0 operating system. Not no savings. A specific system state where every dollar has a job before it arrives. Where a $40 parking ticket is not an inconvenience. It is a restructuring event. Where you do not forget to save. You cannot save. The math is the math. And here is what nobody explains to you about the distance between here and the first $1,000. It is not $1,000. It is the longest distance on the entire ladder. Everything after moves faster. Everything after has momentum. But this first gap, this is where the physics are different. Level 1, $500. You are at a grocery self-checkout on a Thursday. You scan a box of cereal, $4.89. You scan dish soap, $3.47. The running total on the screen says $38.14, and you have not done the thing. The thing where you stop scanning and start subtracting in your head, where you put something back. You still do the math, but the math has a margin now. Not a large one. $40, maybe $60 of space between what you need and what you have. The weekly arithmetic loosens. Not disappears. Loosens. You finish scanning. You pay. You do not put anything back. That is $500. Not a number. A Tuesday that stops requiring negotiation. Level 2. $1,000. You are at a dental office front desk. The receptionist slides a fee estimate across the counter. Root canal, no insurance coverage for the specialist portion, $870. 6 months ago, this piece of paper would have rearranged your month. You would have asked about payment plans. You would have felt the specific heat of being someone who cannot absorb a surprise. You check the box marked self-pay. You hand back the clipboard. Here is what $1,000 changes. Not your spending. Your identity. You become someone who has a buffer. Someone who can absorb a single $400 to $900 surprise without calling it an emergency. The number is small. The shift is not. You stop being someone things happen to. You become someone who can hold still when the math gets loud. Level 3. $5,000. You are walking through an apartment. The bathroom tile is cracked in 3 places. The radiator smells like rust and old paint. The bedroom window faces a brick wall 4 feet away. The landlord says first, last, and security. $4,200 total to move in. You could pay it. You have the money. But for the first time in your life, you do not have to. You say, I will keep looking. You walk out. You pull the door closed behind you. You take the stairs down and you do not look back. That is the refusal threshold. $5,000 does not buy you a better apartment. It buys you the ability to leave a bad one. To say no to a job with a signing bonus that smells wrong. To walk away from terms that require you to be desperate. The money does not spend itself. It sits there. And its job, its only job, is to make the word no available to you. The math is not what you saved. The math is what you did not accept. Level 4. $10,000. You are sitting at an HR onboarding desk. First week. New job. The benefits coordinator slides a packet across the table. Health plan options. Dental tier. Vision. Life insurance multiplier. 401k match structure. 4% up to 6%, vested over 3 years. A previous version of you would have checked the default boxes. Signed fast. Moved on. Not because you did not care. Because you could not afford to care slowly. When you are running out of margin, paperwork is not a decision. It is an obstacle between you and the next paycheck. But you read it, line by line. You ask what vested over 3 years means in practice. You ask about the HSA. You choose the high-deductible plan because you did the math and the monthly premium difference, invested in the HSA, nets you $1,400 a year in tax-advantaged space. $10,000 does not make you smarter. It makes you slower. Slower in the way that matters. The way that reads the fine print instead of signing in panic. The way that turns paperwork from an obstacle into a decision. Level 5. $25,000. You are sitting at a credit union counter. You are opening a second account. Not because someone told you to. Because the money has started to need structure. The checking account is for bills. The savings account is for the buffer. And now there is a third role. Money that is not for spending and not for emergencies. Money that has a job you have not named yet. Money that sits in a different account because if it sits next to the rent money, it will become rent money. This is structural separation. $25,000 is the level where money stops being a single balance and starts being a system with roles. You do not think about how much you have. You think about which account does what. The language changes. The architecture changes. You are no longer managing a number. You are managing a structure. Level 6. $50,000. You are at an airport baggage counter. Your suitcase is 6 pounds over. The attendant points to the screen. Overweight fee, $75. You tap your card. You do not look at the receipt. You pick up your bag and walk to the gate. This is not wealth. This is not carelessness. This is the level where small, unexpected costs stop registering as events. A $75 fee. A $200 car repair. A $340 appliance replacement. These are not decisions anymore. They are not negotiations. They are just things that happen, and you pay them, and your Tuesday does not change. $50,000 is the level where the background noise of money goes quiet. Not silent. Quiet. The small emergencies that used to be restructuring events are now just line items. You do not feel rich. You feel unbothered. There is a distinction. Level 7. $100,000. You are standing at a courthouse filing window. You are registering an LLC. Filing fee, registered agent, state franchise tax. $847 total for the first year. You sign the paperwork with a steady hand. Here is what $100,000 unlocks. Not the ability to start a business. The ability to lose money starting one. The ability to put $8,000 into something that might return nothing, and have your Tuesday remain exactly the same. Risk tolerance is not personality. It is not courage. It is not believing in yourself. Risk tolerance is a function of cushion. At $100,000, you can afford to be wrong. You can afford to try something that has a 40% chance of failing, because the failure does not cascade. It does not touch the rent. It does not touch the buffer. It does not touch the structure. The math does not reward boldness. The math rewards having enough room to be bold without consequence. Level 8. $500,000 to $1 million. You are sitting at a desk in a quiet room. Morning light. Coffee. A brokerage statement open on the laptop screen. The portfolio gained $4,200 last month. It lost $11,000 the month before. You did nothing either time. This is the level where money works without you, where the system runs while you sleep, where the gains and losses in a single month exceed what you used to earn in a paycheck, and you do not adjust anything because the structure was built to absorb exactly this. You do not check the screen with urgency. You check it the way you check the weather. Informational, not actionable. $500,000 to $1 million does not buy you things. It buys you the absence of a system that required your attention. The machine runs. You are no longer the machine. You are standing in a laundromat doorway. Same machines. Same fluorescent hum. Same folding table bolted to the wall. Someone is counting quarters at the far end. You recognize the posture, the shoulders, the arithmetic. You are not here to do laundry. You are here because you remember. The distance from $0 to $1,000 is the longest distance on the entire ladder. Not in dollars, in what it asks of you, in what it changes about who you are when you wake up on a Tuesday. Everything after, the $5,000, the $25,000, the $100,000, That is just the system doing what systems do. Compounding, structuring, running. But that first 1,000, that is the one that costs you something the math cannot measure. And somewhere in this city right now, there is someone standing in a laundromat on a Sunday night doing the math. Not investment math, laundry math. The longest distance is ahead of them. They do not know yet how short everything after will feel.